Alright guys, hey, how are you? Wow, my hair looks like crap. So I just did my hair, but it's very fluffy and that's off topic. So, a few things. I've had 2 anniversaries that have happened when it comes to chronic illness. The first one was my saline infusions. That actually happened and we hit our hour. So used to doing like the company thing, so it's an hour thing. I hit the anniversary at 10/8/2019. So October 8th was the first day I ever had an infusion done. And I used to do it at the cancer center. No, I do not have cancer, but that is where they do infusions at this particular hospital. So of course people with gastritis or anything else for that matter would go there to get their infusions, but it was called Cancer Treatment Center or Infusion Center. I got it done twice there, maybe 3 times, and then we transferred to doing home service, like home health care. And so since then, we've had some ups and downs when it comes to like the doctor, and I completely understand why the doctor does not want to do the surgery. I have not even pushed it, nor has my nurse. We have been very content with how things have been going. My doctor also has not really brought it up, and when I just seen him recently a few weeks ago, he was happy that the infusions are going well. He does not want to stop them any longer. He has definitely seen a huge difference in my personality, my endurance, how I want to live my life. And I think because of that, he has kind of taken a step back and opened up his eyes to the idea that this does really work, at least for me, and it has worked for others. And he wants to keep giving this a try because he does see a huge difference in my life, and that's great. And so we all three, me, my nurse, and my doctor, the one who's treating me with the saline, that we're just going to just take a step back and just let it roll and let it go as it goes for however long it will work. So I typically do my infusions Monday, I used to do my infusions Monday and Thursdays, but I have really bad veins, and because of that, Gizmo, Freckles, sit down! Lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Lay down, Freckles! But since I've been on them, we've noticed that my veins are really kind of shot. So it takes, don't take my word for it, because, you know, I think I've had up to 8 tries, which means 8 different needles to find a good vein. And we have now changed like the rules for me that after 2 tries, my nurse, whoever I have, whether it be my regular nurse or like somebody who's just helping her out, to send me to the hospital. So I have to go to the hospital now to get an IV, and they've had some issues as well. And so again, with my Monday and Thursday, my line, I might get the line administered on like a Monday afternoon, but it'd be like late afternoon. So I say, you know what, let me just not start it till Tuesday, because I like to start it in the morning so that's done by like 3-ish. But then my IV doesn't last. When I try to flush my line, it won't flush. So then I have to have my nurse come. So now it's Tuesday, and then I start at Tuesday and maybe even Wednesday. And the same thing that goes with Thursday. I'll start the line, I'll infuse, and then an hour or 2 after my infusion, when I want to flush my line, it stops flushing. Whatever it may be, or it gets ripped out, or it slides out, or it blows up while in my arm, and I bust a vein, blow a vein. So my schedule is definitely not even there. I don't really have a schedule anymore. I try to still keep Monday and Thursday, but about 75% of the time I'm not doing that any longer. For instance, today is Thursday. Happy Thursday, and throwback Thursday for many. I will be going to work today, and with that, I found out that my nursing company's main location is right next to, by under a mile from one of my main locations where I work now. And so to save her time and make sure I don't have to like sit around, since I'm already going to that location, I did it last week, so I'm going to actually go meet her today, which means I bring my own supplies, and if I forget anything, they do have a supply room that she can sign out stuff. And we're going to use a vein finder today as well. But with that, I'm not getting there till later, and then I'm going right to work, and I don't want to be attached to my machine. So I won't be coming home till 9, so either I have to use it and do my infusions while I'm sleeping, which my nurse doesn't really like me doing, especially if it's in my crease, which we're going not to do this time because the last 2 times it slid out. It's not staying very well. Maybe because it bends a lot and just kind of moves. Or I'm going to have to do it tomorrow, which now is Friday, and I work Friday, and I normally do doubles, which means I won't be doing it Friday, and then it gets pushed to Saturday. So it's just kind of all over the place, and I gotta have to kind of, you know, do, you know, decide, like, my own discretion, you know, and, you know, that's just how it is. So I still do 2 bags of 1 liter saline, or 1,000 milliliter saline, which is like the normal big, I think that's the biggest size, and then you can just keep adding more. But I only do 1 bag, and I do only 2 in a week, no matter what. I've never asked for more, and I've been very satisfied with this. I do feel that sometimes when I'm sick, I feel like maybe I could use more, but I haven't really went and asked for it because it's not a huge big deal. And because I am going to meet my nurse today, or even when she comes here, I use 3 different forms of bandages or tape or whatever you want to call it. I use the Tegaderm HP. I normally put something on the tape, and then I put this one on top of whatever it is. But I guess after maybe 6 months, my nurse said that they had a meeting and they don't want anyone doubling up because the IV doesn't breathe. So sometimes I'll just cut the edges and then use a bandage. So let's say this, you can see the bandage in here. Put this on my IV and then cut like little corners and then just seal the corners with that. Oh, this one is open. Oh my God, did you guys see that? Alright, well that sucks because now it's not sterile, so they sent me one that's open. So I don't throw these away, I'll keep them to put something on top if it's needed. I have really fully doubled it up even though they said they don't like it, because sometimes it's just what I have to do, and my nurse knows, and she goes, as long as you just don't do it like you used to do it. So, anyway, so Tegaderm HP, and then it took me many months to figure out which taping works for me. And for me, it is the Sorbaview, SORBAVIEW, Sorbaview Shield. So, since this one's already open, obviously there's 3 different looks, I don't really know. There's a pure square one, which is the large. It's quite big, but as you can see here, it's a square. So, that's the larger one. Supposedly this is the small one like I used to get, because I used to get a small one which was basically a square but like this big compared to this big, and I'm like, I don't like the big ones unless it's like on my mid-arm, blah blah blah. So they sent me small ones again, and they sent me this weirdly shaped one, and if anything it looks like it's more of a medium, so I'm gonna go and ask again. But this is unbelievable. I don't react to it, and I react to most because I am allergic to like tape, and so those 2 work, or not those 2, that brand Sorbaview works no matter what the size is, just depending on where it is. So if you guys are having issues with tape in general, or bandage, I would try to use that. It may not work for you, but it works for me. I've tried probably 8 different companies within the past year, or should I say 13 months, since we are in October. And it works. Sometimes it does come off if it's near my hand because your hand sweats and it's warmer, whatever. But I have issues with sweating and it works phenomenal and I love it. But I still will use the Tegaderm on top. Everyone uses the same brand for their saline flushes. That's what I use. I have to bring 2 with me when I see the nurse because I just do. I sometimes need more, but I keep them in my actual medical bag, which is in my car. I always bring 2 needles. And again, this is my second time going to her, but when she comes, this is what I already have pre-put onto like a tray when she gets here, because we always have issues with my veins, and I go, okay, we got through go through 2, I'm going to the hospital. I use the 24 gauge, which is the smallest gauge. A lot of people use 22. I only need one of the extension sets, because you can reattach, 2 different needles. I do sometimes bring the IV start kits, which a lot of people use this. I mean, some of them are different brand, but essentially they have the exact same stuff. Mainly for the gloves for my nurse. We have used a bandage if it's for my hand, because it's very small, but it doesn't stay on. It will come off within about 10 to 30 minutes, and I've showed a lot of videos with things like that where my tape just doesn't stay on. And then I have in here as well is about 8 alcohol prep pads, because we go through so many, and that I'm letting you know it's not going to be enough, but I'm sure she has some that she can give me. I do. I also have my blue cap here. We also don't need more than one. It's attached to the tube or the extension set, so that works. And then I did bring, which is down here, my alcohol cap, because I'm going to be at work. I'm going to be amongst a lot of fragrance and perfume stuff and lotions and people and makeup and dirt. So I want to put that on. So that's what all I'm going to bring with me. But I won't be bringing my bag. I'll put this back in the refrigerator. I will not be bringing this with me, because I won't be using it right away. Because I'm using a pump, I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm not sure if it goes by like a particular pump, but I believe it's just pumps in general. So I thought. My bags have to be cold, so I keep them in the refrigerator. I have a refrigerator that's in the garage as well for extra food, which has never been used because we never have extra food. So now I keep it on, and I keep my saline in there and whatever else I may need. I do have an injection that I take for migraines, and that has to be cold as well, so that goes in there. When I first started saline, at home at least, because in the hospital you do the pump, but when I got home, for some reason it was transferred over as a gravity drip. So my first one, maybe my second one, was gravity drip, which means I had to be attached to the pole. And after the first or second time, the pole has never been used. It's not even like up. It's like disassembled in the room. Because it was just really, I hated being attached to the pole. The gravity drip is a lot slower. So anyway, I got them to give me the pump, but I noticed that the bags had to be cold, and she says that's just how it works. Gravity drip does not have to be cold. And I go, oh, all right, well. And the reason why I questioned that was because I swear I've seen people that have the pump not have it from the, like, these aren't in the refrigerator. I don't know if that's like Amy's Life or Fry Life. I swear, like, it's legit. Everyone I follow uses the pump, and I swear when they show me their infusion or their saline bags or infusion bags, they keep them in a drawer in their house. So if you guys have any input on that, let me know, because I'm a little curious about that. A lot of people do wait to, once they take them out the fridge, to keep them out for 30 minutes to an hour to get them warmed up before they go in their body. I don't wait. I guess because it makes your body cold. I'm always hot. Like right now I'm sweating, and so I like it, but I also don't feel cold when it puts in my system. It just goes in and I'm like, oh, I don't feel any different if it was cooler or not. And I don't know if it's because I'm so hot or if it's just the way my body is. I don't know. But yeah, so that's that. And I think that is about it. So yeah, so it's been 1 year, October 8th, and today it's like November 21st. So it's been well over a year. So it's been actually like 13 and a half months. And like I mentioned, I'm doing well with it. My nurse, more than me, I don't even think about it, but my nurse sees a huge difference with me not having it, where she's like, you've had this symptom yesterday, and then you called me because you were in the doctor this time, and then the doctor called me and said you went to the hospital this time, and I spoke to your dad, and blah, blah. When was the last time you had an infusion? I can't remember. And I go, I have no idea. And they're like, well, didn't you say that you couldn't because of this, and then you went out of town, and then you pulled the line, and this and that. She goes, you need saline, and it changes, and I didn't really think about it. So saline does work for me with my symptoms and episodes. So That's good. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that it's been my 1-year anniversary with it, and it's working really well. And I'm not sure how long I can stay on it, but so far so good. And right now, we don't have anything in the future planned with this. We're just kind of going day by day with it. So anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see you again. Bye.